Moani Kiela. Well, KITV4 has received dozens of comments on a story about a girl in Waianae being bullied by her classmates, and people are angry about it. Now, earlier this week, we reported that a Waianae family complained to the State Department of Education that their daughter was being harassed by other students at school last year. The parents then turned to the U.S. Department of Education after their request for help at the school and at the district level went unanswered. An agreement with the Civil Rights Office says the school must let parents and students know that harassment will be tolerated. Well, this is a big topic locally and nationally. So this morning, the doctor is in, and a moment of clarity with Dr. Claire Roundtree. We're going to be talking about cyberbullying. Dr. Roundtree is a psychologist at the Manakai Omalama Integrative Clinic. Good morning, doctor, and thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning.
So the big question is, why do people do it? I've seen some of the interviews on bullying, and the people who are bullies, they're very confident, and they tend to pick on people who seem vulnerable. So, why else do they do it, and how bad is it here in the islands?
Well, bullying is really about an unequal distribution of power, and the bully is able to accrue power to such a degree that it boosts their sense of confidence, it boosts their sense of self-esteem. And anybody who might be a little bit different, dress a little bit different in their sexual orientation, is really susceptible to this type of behavior.
And in terms of cyberbullying, how is it different? Obviously, it's done over the internet, but how much, how of a big problem is it compared to just regular old-fashioned bullying and teasing?
There are distinct differences between cyberbullying and the old-fashioned type of playground bullying that we might think of. In just a matter of seconds, a cyberbully can virtually destroy a fragile preteen or adolescent's reputation. The bully doesn't just commit the act on the school ground. There's really no place that the child can hide from a cyberbully, and that's why this really ups the ante in terms of high risk. Kids who have been cyberbullied are also twice as likely to commit suicides, and that's really something that we must pay attention to.
So what are some of the things that we can do to stop cyberbullying?
Well, number one, we have to get a dialogue going between school personnel and parents. This has to be an us problem. We have to be able to talk about the effects of cyberbullying and acknowledge that it really is an issue and on its way to becoming an epidemic. We also need to educate our children about the impact of sending information over the internet that they may consider harmless or just a simple retaliation, but that can have extreme consequences for the child who's on the other end of that, the receiving end.
When you look at the cyberbullying, I mean, a lot of people have this cyber courage. So do you think that it gets even worse because, you're not seeing that person face to face and you can just type a quick note and it's off?
I do indeed. When you have to face your victim, usually in the school setting, that's one thing. You can sometimes see the physical damage, you can see the emotional pains in their face. Cyberbullying carries with it no such consequences. It's a really great form of power for the bully engaging in it.
And what's been your personal experience with either the bullies or the people who are being bullied?
I've worked on both ends, and it's generally been my experience that the people being bullied stand out from the crowd in some way. They're very easy targets. They may dress differently, speak differently, engage in sexual behaviors that other people don't approve of. There are all sorts of reasons why our kids can be targeted. From the other perspective, we also have to work with the bullies too. We have to also realize that the offenders need some counseling, and we have to get to the bottom of this so that they can inevitably have an opportunity to change.
All right, Dr. Claire Roundtree, thank you so much for joining us. Important topic
on
bullying.